okay, yeah, no, so this was my friend, yeah. But we're not gonna be friends,
Like I know your
Like-
deep dark secrets.
we're not gonna be friends like, I'm just gonna go visit so and so and go out with so and so, who's a friend of mine, female friend of mine. Nah, not gonna be those.
What's wrong with that?
It's not meant to be. Men and women are not meant to be those types of friends.
But maybe associates. Like we.
Either get baswa or we're not buddies.
Yeah. And that's another thing, man. It's like it's a struggle because
Are we
You have
recording?
to have a balance. That's the thing.
yeah, you
Are
have
we
to have a
recording?
balance, but
Yeah, we already recorded.
We started record. Okay, look.
most of the time, man, we tip the line itself.
Look, here's the deal with that kind of nonsense.
Uncut. I like it.
Here's the deal. See, that thing, eventually, we're not meant to be best friends. We're not meant to be best friends with females.
No,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
No, it's
First
not.
point. Lendo, male bestie, female bestie.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work in the
doesn't
long
work at all.
run. In the short run, it can work.
Hey,
But
so-so.
in the long run, it's not it, man.
Heartbreaks, bro.
Hey, why am I saying that? How many males or females over 35 or over 40 do you know have a best friend of
Who's
the
the
opposite
opposite
sex?
That's true. That's true.
They are there.
They're there.
Yeah, it's just that for us, we are in a
We
different
don't know.
generation,
Yeah,
so we
it's
really
because
don't know
we're
what is
in that
happening
age,
on the
maybe.
other.
Yeah, they may be there, but it's not as much as they want it now, as popular as it is now to have a female bestie or a male bestie.
Because it's more needed now. Like you need more friends
What do you
now
mean it's
than-
more needed now?
Why is it needed? Screw
because
screw
of other
friends,
things.
man. Screw.
Okay, not screw friends. Okay, simmer down on that one.
Okay.
But like,
I think, man, if you're married, then
Yes.
you should.
there's borders.
So then when does it cut, gay? Because, like, okay,
Look.
if you're married, yes. Because eventually,
Yes, you just-
that's what I'm saying. You
light
just proved
bulb.
my point now. That's what I'm saying. Eventually, we're going to get married.
yeah.
Yeah.
Touch wood. We're going to get married. So now, are you going to stop being best friends now because you're married?
Because that's
Why?
weird.
Why do you have to stop if male and females are meant to be best friends?
I understand.
Because now you got a new best friend.
Yeah.
Listen, okay, wait, look. So this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I agree with you saying there is
Yeah.
no such thing as best friends with male and female.
Sure.
Now, unless your best friend is the person you're gonna get married to, that's cool, right?
That best thing,
Vicinity, yeah.
that best friend, who comes into your mind?
I already got a person.
That's your best friend.
Cool, but what sets them apart?
That's how you know. You don't know, maybe consciously or
Oh, yeah.
subconsciously, you don't know how that's set it apart, but the fact that someone comes into your mind
Yeah,
means something sets them apart from whatever. You can think of it yourself.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. The thing that kills me is this: when people start assuming that, hey, I'm a best friend, I'm so and so's best friend.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cool it.
When did we give you this star? You know, this golden star? Yeah,
Sure.
you're the best friend. We didn't. You see, that's the thing. When you start like
It's a
identifying,
feeling, man.
when you start identifying, I can tell any guy right now. Think of the first person that. When I say who's your friend, the first person that pops into your mind, that is your best friend, right?
Yeah.
It is, I can say 90% of the time, and the other 10% of the time, I'm going to justify that with there's other people who have, yes, female best friends.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go the right way sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to speak because I don't know about them, right?
Yeah, sure.
To kind of, but like those people, when you say, hey, dude, what's the first name that comes to your mind when I say friend? That is your best friend, right? As you said. That is never a woman. It's always a guy. A lot of the times, it's always a guy, right? But then, you know, for that other 10%,
think he begs to differ.
You beg to differ right there. Point of
I
order.
do it most of the time.
Most of the time.
Sometimes it's skills.
But sometimes.
Okay.
Here's the deal. Are you trying to keep it at best friend?
Yeah. I
Both
love
of
it.
you.
So you just
Both of you, are you trying to stay best friends?
because you don't know what's going on in that person's mind.
Boy, yo.
It's okay.
Oh, okay,
It's what you say. It's not
Let's
what they
talk
say.
about who's this? Are you best friends?
No, she's the neighbor.
She's the neighbor.
This nigga just
Yeah.
played this. That was a sidestep so quick. Okay, are you trying to ask? Okay, we're gonna beep that out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you,
Beep that out?
are you trying to stay friends or are you trying to move out of that friendship?
You're trying to develop that.
No, I'm just trying to draw some lines and all the, you know. So yeah.
Is this
It depends
what
what
Why
lines-
are lines
what
being
lines-
drawn?
Yeah.
What lines? Why are lines being drawn?
What lines? First of all, I want to understand which
What lines and why are they being
and why are they
drawn?
being drawn? Yes.
Yeah.
This is like an interview for this brother.
Like any lines that you'll draw with your best friends and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
No, I don't. Do you draw lines with your best friend?
You never say with you.
Yeah,
I
it's
never.
okay.
I never be like, okay, dude, like we're friends, but like, okay, dude, like,
Yeah, don't
What's in the
draw
fridge?
lines.
I'll never be gay. But we're friends. You never draw lines because you don't have to.
Yeah, we're friends.
No.
Don't text
Yeah.
me at
You know.
9 or something.
You
things
know.
like that. I'm talking about things like that. That, you know, if someone is texting you at night or calling you at night, and,
Yeah.
you know,
Why?
There'll always be those things. that
Why?
But you don't
Because
draw
you're
those
different
lines with the best friend.
Yeah, you're different persons, so you know sometimes
People
people
just
they
don't-
see things in a different way than you. So you
You're
know.
usually
That's
best
exactly what
friends.
we're saying, Jay. That's what I'm saying.
But it doesn't mean that you're not your best friends. They're still your best friends. Just that
They
you
may,
know,
be, but are they trying to keep it like that, gay? Why are they do? Why do you?
Why do you have to
why
draw
do you
lines?
feel like you have to draw
Draw a
lines?
line.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what we're saying.
Why do you feel like you have to draw lines with I say gamanga manje?
Yeah, we need to like.
Asimkhumbuzo
slow
uthi
down.
umngani wami. Why?
because it has to happen.
Why?
So there was a time when I was in Kenya. This one guy, this may sound really weird, but he says, our language is corrupt. Our language being either English or any other language, because we don't know how to properly describe what's going on in our heads or in as emotions, you know? Because maybe what we are calling best friend, this might be really psychologically or philosophically speaking. Maybe when we say we are best friends, maybe that's not what it is. Maybe it's something totally different, but we are not best friends, you know?
But we just don't have the words.
We just don't have. And so best friend properly describes, hits around the bush, you know, of what it is, you know? And so it's the same thing with you and so, you know? Maybe, or me and so. Maybe we're not best friends, really. We're just associates. Maybe we're just friends. No, but like when it comes to relationships, bro, it's we need to understand where we draw these lines, because I mean, people assume things.
It's okay, man. Like
When I say people, there's a specific gender.
Assuming is not okay.
Assuming is not okay. Assuming is not. It's nowhere
not.
close to
You
being
need to
okay.
set the record straight, man.
Like
Don't assume anything. Never
Yeah.
assume anything.
anything, because you're just gonna hurt your head the entire time.
Never assume anything.
Why? You're
That's the
speaking
thing,
like
man.
you're coming
Like-
from
No,
experience.
I'm just saying, assuming is never a
but
good thing.
subconsciously, as you always gonna assume things. You know,
Yeah,
our
you
minds are
are.
like that. That we always wanna know.
Vocalizing it is the problem, I feel.
Yeah.
You're bringing
I
it
think
to life.
Yeah.
When you start vocalizing your assumptions, when you start
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
where were you last night as a... Okay, look, okay. Now I'm gonna say this, that's probably gonna shoot me in the foot, okay? This is gonna shoot me in the foot, but as a girl, you should not be worried too much about the person you are dating, because it's that person actually chose to date you. Unless this person is, you know, messing around, which fine, you as the woman need to, you know, understand what the heck is going on and leave that relationship. That's cool. But you should not assume what the person is doing, and you should not be vocal about it. Where were you
You
last
have no
night?
business actually even.
You-
If you really want to put, you have no business if we're not dithering.
That's true.
Okay, my term, my dollaring is not the same as the world's.
Okay,
dollaring,
the world,
so-
yeah, that ain't that. we had to like.
Yeah, I have to lay
We
down.
had to, like,
if
simmer
I'm talking
down.
about people dollaring, I'm not talking about like what you think as the world.
And we know what y'all think. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
yeah,
We-
I'm not-
that's
I'm not-
cool. But like it's when what you call this people start assuming and then they vocalize their assumptions. They start saying, "Where were you last night?" Or before I even answer, you already have assumed every single thing that happened. You've started with the story. You've ended the story in your head. Even if I give you a valid answer, there is nothing that I can do to like help
Convince you
you.
otherwise.
Yeah, to convert you to what the truth is. At the end of the day, I could be lying to you. But your assumption still has just screwed it all over.
No, man, there is something you can do about it, unless someone has trust issues with you. Right? If I tell you that this is what was happening, then why are you?
Where do
having a
trust issues
difficult
come from?
time? It's a betrayal. Right? Like if you did something before and I
You're
asked you
driving down
about
the
it and
personal
then you
lane.
lied about
Even
it.
if-
Okay, that is
even if it's
betrayal,
not
and
what-
it's gonna be like a struggle for me
Yeah.
to believe you next time.
Okay,
Right?
even if
But
it's-
if I'm consistent and I'm saying this is where I've been and I'm telling the truth all the time,
Yeah.
then you shouldn't find it hard to
yeah,
believe.
shouldn't, but they do.
They do.
But it
People
yeah.
do. People
do.
see the world how they've been conditioned to see it. Someone's coming out of a relationship where the oak was saying one thing and doing another. You could literally be dead honest, and the Muntu would still be like,
She'd be like, nah.
because that's how they've been conditioned to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want- they want- So
But-
trust issues sometimes are not actually, most of the time trust issues don't come from the current person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bad
come from-
experiences.
what it's
Another
what
oak
they've
or
been-
another Lani.
I mean, it's
But if I am consistent,
Hell,
about,
man. Sometimes
like- yeah, you were saying relationships.
yeah,
and that
relationships
stuff.
because
And
yeah, go on.
I feel like a lot of us are learning from TV, social media, and all of these platforms that are biased in terms of relationships. They go with what is popular,
Yeah.
like heartbreaks and all of this artificial loves and stuff. And some people
I've
they want
seen
to
that
bring that
so
into real
much.
life.
I've seen
And-
like they talk about way too much heartbreaks, way too much betrayal. Like there is no good
yeah,
relationship
there are no
nowadays.
good stories.
Yeah.
Even like with the TV shows that we watch, our
gosh.
soapies and all of these things, they have bad love stories. There's no like a optimistic, a positive love story that is like, oh man, this couple is so lovely and all of this. It's just bad relationships everywhere, and we are consuming all of that thing, and we want to live it in real life, and it's just that.
and the good ones, the good ones that we see, you see it and you're like,
It's too good to be true.
Yeah, it
they're
doesn't
doing
make
it for
sense.
they're doing it for the
It's
for
a
the
move, yeah.
They're doing it for the screen.
Script,
We don't know what happens behind closed doors. People always say that kind of stuff.
Dude, I don't understand it. Like, why is it that
We are becoming more pessimistic.
yeah, like we don't believe in good things. We just believe that hey, every single relationship needs to have problems. If it doesn't have a problem,
Yeah.
it is not a
It's not
relationship.
real.
What?
Yeah, bruh.
It's all about negativity.
Yeah.
And the stupid thing is, us as people in society, that has been so normalized in our minds that we actually go up along with this. We will text people and be like, hey, we will write a huge post from our doctorate, our degree, our PhD on absolute bullcrap on how you need to avoid what you call these people who break your heart, like your heart's been
I was
broken.
about to say, like, if you're not a person who if there's no problems in the relationship or whatnot,
Yeah.
like, it's a red flag.
Yeah.
It's a red flag if you're
Yeah,
not a
hiding
person.
something.
Yeah, you're hiding something huge. Yeah, but one day you're just gonna. Like, no, I'm actually just relaxed. Actually.
I have
That's-
nothing there to hide. Like, I'm sorry, I'm boring.
I'm
But
actually just a genuinely relaxed person. If you do something, okay, well, I deal with it like
Right.
this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go. I'm not hiding anything. This is just it.
I feel like we're talking to a specific gender. We ain't hating y'all. But we'll also talk about the guys as well. Yo,
Yeah.
sometimes guys can be. There's this thing called the honeymoon stage. I don't know if you guys heard of the honeymoon stage.
Yeah.
I hate the honeymoon stage.
What should
Because,
happen? Yeah.
because people say, no, the honeymoon stage is where every single person is happy. Or they're only happy, the couple. They're just happy for that specific time period until things change. So they're anticipating that things will change in the relationship.
That is like
Yeah.
a normal relationship.
Yeah, no, there's a honeymoon stage. And when you start saying that there is no such thing as a honeymoon stage and a bad stage, it's just, what if the whole relationship is just a honeymoon stage?
Yeah.
Well, is that such a huge problem in society nowadays?
But let's talk about those good relationships. Have you guys ever been into like good relationships where there was like where you feel like we're just
Literally,
chill?
there was not there wasn't a fight.
Yeah.
Of course, man.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. There was 0 fights.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
That's
Yeah.
why we are not accepting anything, man. We don't want anything lesser than what we experienced in the past, man.
Yeah.
That's
There was
it.
literally 0 fights.
That was peaceful, right?
It was lacquer. Bad lacquer.
Yeah. Yeah. Because look, we sometimes think that it's only our parents back in the accurate days that only had these type of relationships. I strongly disagree. My mama, she put me aside this other day and she was like, because she, I run around and I talk to a lot of girls on social media. I don't talk to them because I'm trying to get with them. I'm just a strictly
Yeah, we're
good
just-
person. I'm just trying to say hi. And you look on Facebook, because she saw me on Facebook. I'm going to give a backstory. She saw me on Facebook and she's like, yo, you have a lot of girls on your timeline. Okay, I mean, these are just people I know. And, the suggestion, and people send their friend requests. That's cool, right? And frankly, I love the memes that they share out on that.
Yeah.
But she said, nowadays, people are so used to texting, tweeting, talking about their relationship online, so that the whole world can know what's going on in their relationship. And that's what screws over their relationships. I strongly agree with her. And she said, if people would spend way less time doing that and way more time working on their relationships, you'll have longer lasting relationships on this earth, right? Because people, if our parents back in the days actually could do that, then what's stopping us from doing that? Are we some kind of disabled human beings that we can't actually, maybe disabled is a bad word. Are we some kind of what you call this unique generation that we need to always be online and never meeting a person face to face? Because you've heard of catfish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, there's this quote, right, by this man. He was talking about this racism thing. He was saying that it's not like racism is getting worse. It's just that it's getting filtered, right? And I feel like that is the difference with, I feel that is the difference with our parents' relationships and our relationships. It's not like they were not having problems, but they had a systematic way of, you go to the family, you talk to the family, you call this family, and you come and discuss it as a family.
Yeah.
Like, okay, there's this issue, how do we solve it? With ours, it's like it's out there.
I was about to say something like that. One of the videos I was watching of Gary V is talking about how social media is not the problem.
Yeah.
Social media is not the problem. Social media is just
Exposed us.
is exposing.
It's
It's exposing the problem. There was no way for people back then to be able to announce things like this.
Yeah, to be vocal about it.
But they did it in their own way, the way they knew how to. They'll call their friends and they'll tell people. You know how it happens.
Yeah.
How they always call. Uspan man usenza pen.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, relax. Yeah, well, they'll do that instead of putting it on their wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
And the letters.
And yeah.
They'll write letters, different paragraphs about different people, different
That's
people.
time, bro. That's way too much time that's taken out.
Or whenever they'll go and visit to some
and then have
someone.
tea and scones, and then just
Kishu down, ube jayan. Every night, people complain about how the family in families, the families aren't that close anymore because it's not as it was happening then, where when the
Yeah.
family eats, they eat around the table and they talk.
Yeah.
What are they talking about? Talking about the things that we talk about, but the
social
only thing
media.
is we're talking about it over here on the phones.
Yeah.
So social media is not. It may not be for some reasons. For some things, it is
Yeah.
because some people do it for social media.
For the likes.
Yeah, but a lot of the times, it's not the problem. It's just that it exposes the things much easier than it was in the past.
Yeah, and I feel like at some point, with social media, there could be a problem with trends. Because social media, people go
Yeah,
with
that's
trends.
another one. Yeah.
It's like what is trending now, and people go with that. If this issue is not trending, then it's not getting a lot of attention.
An example is
They'll do something just because it's trending.
an
Yeah.
example is look at Valentine's Day.
Oh.
Why do you say that? Because every single time it's Valentine's Day, every single person needs to have a partner.
They call it boyfriend Olympics.
Yes.
Valentine's days and birthdays.
You know those. So like what you call this? That's where people decide. No, it's a trend. Oh, where's your girlfriend? When is your girlfriend coming through? You know all that.
What did your boyfriend do
Get for you,
Yeah.
you know.
on Valentine's
And so
Day?
what you call this? That's the trend. You know, what you look at social media. The trend nowadays is, I don't know, releasing some stories about how bad you were in the relationship. Okay, that's cool. Thank you for telling us all of that. Is that a lighter? I thought that was a lighter.
It is.
You have a lighter.
Because it's cool.
It's
It's those movie ones, though.
Get yourself a lighter like this.
a mafia. Like.
There's also
Flip! What? That's actually a good lighter. Where did you get it
what does
from?
it do?
Found it.
How do you open it?
I'm actually gonna
Just flip it up.
flip this part up. Yeah. That's actually it. Because I said, I mean, like, are
It
we
would have been
pausing right
cooler
now?
if you were smoking.
It would have been the best.
Because there's a movie I just watched, and they had a specific lighter in it. Not one. It's just like this
But how do you put in the cigar there? Or there? 'Cause it's like
cigar.
Balloon thing, dog.
Don't hurt yourself,
That's-
bro.
that's hot.
fire. It's hot right
yeah,
there.
I can,
Even if you don't see it, it's hot.
This is our ad break, by the way.
How we going? But it's metal.
It is.
Dollar you.
Yeah,
The word dollar is
guys.
very
the
flexible.
word-
It's very
A
flexible.
bit too
It's
flexible.
very flexible.
Can be
You'll
taken
just have
anywhere
to
and
see
everywhere.
in which context I'm using it. So
Yeah.
But this thing will dollar you slack.
How many minutes are we going? Oh, you've paused? Yeah.
No.
Oh, we're still
We're
going.
gonna cut that.
Yeah.
Oh, look at us cutting.
Because of 5.
Huh?
5 left.
5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
that's
can have this guy telling about his experience of his
Oh, me?
heartbreak.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
What happened?
no, man, I was just chasing someone who was still. Okay, I don't want to talk about it.
This guy's going to cry now.
I can see the tears just rolling back up. It's cool, dog. You need to talk to us.
No, I'm not. No, man, it's just, when I was at that stage where, okay, I know what I want and I know how to get there. This is what I'm going to do and I'm going to get there. And then I go according to my plans, forgetting that people also have their own agency, their ability or their freedom to choose whatever they want. They don't necessarily have to go according to your pace. But I was
You
impatient.
can do about it.
Yeah. And so for me,
Way
I
to
was
go.
like, I was impatient. So I was just pushing things to go according to my pace. And I missed a lot of red flags, right? And not like, okay, it's, I don't want to put this person in a bad light. Okay,
Yeah.
no, I don't want to talk
I get
about
it.
this.
I get it.
We get what you mean.
I get what you mean.
Okay, no, I don't want to talk about
How do you feel about it now, though?
Dang, bro.
Still
It's
not
like,
good, obviously. Not,
how long ago was this?
it. Was just last time we talked, it was last month.
That's not.
how long ago did you get done it though?
How long ago did you break up? Okay.
How long ago did you get done?
We it was in December, but we hadn't like gotten into anything like solid.
Yeah.
I get what
It was just that roller coaster.
Yo, man. It's June now. It's like 6
It's
months
June.
later.
Yeah, it's June. Man.
Yeah, it's June.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, hard times, man. Like,
But yeah, I hope we cut this out.
I will feel you, man. What about you, Diego? Man?
I mean, look at me. I'm like the joke. I'm always smiling, bro. I ain't done that happy. Actually, Philip, yeah, no. I'm not gonna tell you any of my stories. Y'all can forget that. yeah, y'all try. I mean, I ain't gonna say nothing. But like, I like what he said. You know, a lot of the times we have a plan. They have a plan. We don't understand that they have a plan, and we think that they are gonna work according to our plan.
There's nothing you can do, man.
There's absolutely jack squad you can do. Absolutely jack squad you can do about that.
They are very much entitled to their own plan,
And if
and
they're
you are very much unentitled to that plan.
You know?
and
No.
if they're just going with what you're saying, then it should be like, okay, there's a problem there.
Yeah.
Also, because you want someone who's independent enough to say no.
But
Also
if they want the same thing as you, then screw it, man. No need to
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. There's no need to.
cooperate.
Why do
Okay.
we complicate relationships? I feel like sometimes we complicate relationships a bit too much. It's just straightforward, guys.
No, the thing
That's
is,
hard, man.
I feel like
There's heart involved there.
There's,
Yeah, man.
yeah,
You know, the brain and the heart.
yeah.
The brain can be
emotions,
there
man.
and the heart can be there. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
We need to have another segment about emotions and
bad
facts.
things, my brothers.
Emotions and facts.
This is logic.
Yeah, this is logic. We need to have another. We
Yeah.
will. We're gonna have
We
another
need to talk
segment.
about emotions versus logic.
I think that should be our next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a few people. Y'all know who you are.
I-
Straight up, like they know who they are. Like, but no, like what you call this? It's important that we actually start recognizing. We recognize why we're actually in a relationship in the first place. Because I mean, dude, like a lot of the times, why would you be in a relationship? Okay,
Damn, man.
just dropped
That
your.
was right under the bus, man.
Like they were, I feel
For the
like
vibe, man.
It was
I wanna go for the classic, the classic answer. I go for the classic. Why would I be in a relationship?
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to get married.
Bum, 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 bum. Cool.
One of these
What about you,
days.
man?
Yeah, I'm just trying to study further and be with someone.
Cameraman,
it's a vibe, man. I need the vibes.
you
Man.
need the vibe.
I need
feel
some
this
vibe in
guy's
my
such
life,
a
man.
hippie, man.
Screw with being in a relationship for vibes.
No,
You don't
man.
need to be in a relationship to vibe, man.
You can just vibe.
When you
vibe.
you know, vibe leads somewhere. Like,
Where?
yeah?
Go
Where
with
you
the
trying to
flow.
lead?
You gotta go
What
with the
happens
flow.
when the vibe is not there?
It's like
What are you talking about, man? You can't force everything. Even
There's nothing that you can force. The question
just
was
get-
plain and simple.
just
why are
get
you in a
there
relationship?
Why would you be in a relationship?
to catch up with a good vibe. Yeah, it's still the
But then
same.
the vibe is available even without a relationship.
The relationship. No, the certain vibe. You know, I'm talking about, you know,
No, I don't.
No, man, I don't know.
We don't know.
This
the
is
guy
my
and the
favorite,
girl vibe.
uh,
Kind of vibe.
It's trying to sound unserious because it's cool. It's cool. It's it's not cool to say because I want to get married.
That's a question.
Yeah.
No, because
Like,
you know
That's
legit.
I'm coming off as beta if I say I want to get
You know?
married.